I'm playing a dungeon crawler called Dead Impact. First glance, it looks like a dungeon crawler. You can get it at Google Play Store. And one thing I noticed about the graphics, a little bit like cartoony. Not as well detailed as Diablo, but the mechanic seems to be imitating somewhat of a Diablo concept. Only thing is, I haven't seen a player yet, so we can. The only difference, like graphic wise, I mean animation wise, it's different. Like let's see this one, the pop up on the left, you can see the oh, I think that's a player level 38. Judging by your looks, you don't seem like a person who has trophies to trade. I don't see a point in continuing this conversation. So I'm level 2, and the guy that's walked near him is level 38. Um, we'll see. We'll see how the game is, but as far as right now, I just got this tonight. Running wise, feels like the character runs a bit slow compared to playing Diablo. It kind of feels like the character there runs fast. So concept seems like the background NPC has a similar mechanics of Diablo. You got the traders, you got the mission givers and whatnot. But animation wise, as far as like the side animated full figured body, you could definitely see it compared to Diablo 3 and Diablo Immortal. I don't think when you click the NPC it shows you the full feature unless I haven't played that game in a while. So this town is called the New City. Let's see how many towns there is beyond this one. There's a loot system behind it. Okay, this one's level 48, and he's talking to a jeweler named Tanya. So again, that's the name of the city I'm at, New City. Let's go check the menu system. Okay, classes. So you got the trap master that's locked. You got the engineer that's locked at the moment. I'm not sure if the reason why it's locked because I chose a different class or it's natural lock on its own. I'm not sure what this is. Classes Awakener, Assassin. I mean, like, is that a subclass for the Rogue or is it a different completely class? Because this one is what? Trap Master, Engineer, Mechanist, Enforcer. And this is like the overall, I guess. New class, Trap Master. Huh, interesting. So yeah, I guess it unlocks depending on how far in the game you are in. It might be one of those where you can change classes once you chose one. Because in Diablo Immortal, once you chose Sorcerer, the only way you can try a different class, I think, is when, because I played it decently, but it kind of stopped. But as far as I know, it's like you can create a new character and load it in the same server. But if you choose it, let's say you play as a necromancer, and mid mission or mid game throughout the journey you decide to be a barbarian, I don't think you can do that in Diablo Immortal unless you create a new character that's completely different class, which is barbarian to a necromancer. But I shall stop my rant right here because I want to see. Looks like you got a decent amount of players. You got a level 42, level 38. I'm not sure who they're talking to, what NPC this has. Oh, it's Beatrice. Okay. So I guess it's kind of like definitely like Diablo Immortal, where you can play the game without spending money, or you can also play the game with spending money, like buying currency and whatnot. But I'm not sure how bad the pay system is to the point you need to keep paying in order to progress through the game. Hopefully not, though. So it said it has crafting. Craft machine, okay. So you need those items to fix it. Okay. So that's where the crafting system kicks in, I guess. So the downside about this one though, most of the time I notice like it's kind of like doesn't really give you a heads up if that's an enemy or that's like a crate where you store things in. It just highlights but doesn't really specify what it does, like unless you click on it. So I guess you do have to keep on looting in to fix the machine. So I guess like kind of like in Diablo Immortal, where instead of fixing machines, there's traders, merchants. But this one is like besides the regular trader, I guess it's like there's things that you need to fix in order to get a specific thing or purchase a specific thing. Okay. I don't know. It just feels too tedious, like increasing this, like going through all the stats, increasing it one by one, compared to Diablo Immortal, which is once you level up, it kind of like fixes all the stats for you. You don't have to go vitality, strength, dexterity, intelligence. I mean, the only Diablo I can think of is Diablo 2, where you have to do that. Other than that, I'm kind of like not into that kind of system. Unless this is the kind of system you're into, then I would recommend you try it out. But again, it's pretty much a dungeon crawler with a pay system. You can do the pay system or not. I don't know how bad it is, where you might have to keep doing it to get a better fighting chance against NPC. I don't know. Just again, I just got this game. So right now it's telling me the daily task. Right, the current task right now is to fix this machine. Okay. So once you've fixed it, here you can select a resource for production. Here you can choose how many resources to produce. Craft. So it's telling you got 24 seconds. Speed up. Collect. Yeah, see, it's a little bit tedious compared to Diablo. format. It's trying to be Diablo, or it's imitating the mechanics of Diablo to a certain degree, but I don't know. It just feels more tedious. The line, the delivery system, animation. I appreciate the animation though; it's pretty gorgeous. But the delivery of the lines, the mechanics of the character, it feels like it's so slow the way it runs. Um, the this thing with a manually upgrading every stats per point you get, it feels it's gonna be forever. If you get a patient of that, I don't really have the patience for that and go for it. But I'm kind of like, once you level up with that game, like assign it for you, like level it up for you at every category. That way you don't have to go every freaking section and put the point there if you want to increase strength, yada yada. I don't know. I just got this game, like I said. I just want to check it out because it does look like a dungeon crawler. It's a file under MMO RPG. Yeah, I would say it's a MMO RPG Dungeon Crawler. Pretty much. If those one I've encountered earlier at the main city is like real players, the one with level 30 and 40, and not just some random NPC pretending to be a player, then I would suggest like give this thing a shot because it might be to your liking. But for me, it's not to my liking. It feels like an imitation of Diablo with a very very meh script. The introduction itself is just like giving me that, I'm trying to be Diablo, but I don't have a very catchy or very uh interesting storyline. So, or I don't know. To each their own. I guess I just have a very um you might call it favoritism to Diablo series because the lore it's very interesting, but the mechanic is simple enough to a point with Diablo. This one is looking like you gotta fix this machine in order to get the resource or like that system. With the Diablo, it's like you got merchants around you. Um, they just require you to purchase this, purchase that, blah blah blah. Uh, Currently, I play Dungeon Crawler that is Dismantle, which is a crafting looting system also. But in Diablo, you don't craft, you purchase. I mean, like, I don't know if you're gonna call it crafting or just purchasing item from the merchant or uh, revealing what item it is. I know you can engrave an item to a degree, but I don't think you can call that a crafting system. I don't know if you can call that a crafting system. You guys tell me.